sweetheart. So, anyhow, ladies, I love your vision board, and I think it's a great thing to have so that you can actually see yourself and use it as a headway for where you want to be in your life. And so, I'm Keisha. I'm from the Bahamas, and I came here at, let's see, whew, I moved here when I was 16 years old, and all by myself, did not know anyone. But before I moved here, I went to school. My parents are Jamaican, and I was born in Bahamas. So I spent part of my time in Jamaica and part of my time in the Bahamas, and I went to high school there, and it wasn't the easiest part for me. I had a really rough time. But although those times were so rough, I always try to make a headway. I always try to be as positive as I possibly can and keep that smile on my face even when things aren't going so good. How many of you feel that sometimes things are so not going your way, but it's so hard to keep that positive feeling? How many of you?
Yeah.
Have you felt that way?
Mm-hmm.
And can I ask in what instance would you feel that?
School.
School. Okay. New classes to get a little difficult. But I always say when it comes to school, I was always my nose just keep getting browner. Did you get that? Well, when I say you guys could laugh. So you guys said what? Brown nose a teacher, or what do you say? Teacher's pets. But I was always I was always my teacher's best pet, because when it comes to the end of the class and when I'm gonna get my grade, I don't care how hard the class is, I'm gonna be friends with those teachers so I could get my A. And yes, so I advise any of you ladies who are having problems in school, just you don't have to your nose won't be as brown as mine, but you will be able to just be friends or compliment and just say nice things, and they'll be like, oh, she has never said that to me before. I'm getting to like her. So at the end of the time when class comes, sometimes I get my A's. I don't even know how I get it, but I do get it. Yes, but I also worked hard in having that ambition of wanting to work hard and doing it and having them see that you work hard. So after high school, oh gosh, where to start? It's just so after high school, I graduated. Then I decided to work. So I was on my own, and I worked at a jewelry store, and I realized life in the Bahamas is not for me, because I always wanted to be ahead of everything. I was always that shy girl who doesn't speak, who's always well dressed, and people, pick on me all the time. Here they call it bullying. There I just thought it was teasing, until a couple of years ago I realized, oh shucks, this was what I went through. It's bullying, but they just call it a different name. And it's so sad. So, you have to be strong. And for me, I try to be as strong as I possibly can, because I know in the back of my mind that someday I'm going to get out of whatever situation it is that I was in. So I started working, and I decided, gosh, this is not for me. Now I need another move. But before that move, I was in Miss Bahamas, all the pageant, all the fabulous things that fun to get my man off stuff and show me how I can become something in somebody even when other people don't believe in you. So you have to actually believe in yourself, because we are our biggest critic. I sometimes look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not good. Then I think about, oh, that's not good. Confidence, Keisha, because I teach confidence, and now I need to show everyone that I'm confident, right? But sometimes we are our most critic, and I'm my most bad critic. Still critical of myself. After moving, I moved to Florida all on my own. I did not know anyone. My best friend lives in Fort Lauderdale, and I moved to Orlando. Don't ask me why. I just pick up one day on the plane, and I'm like, wherever I'm gonna go, wherever the plane takes me, that's where I'm gonna land, and that's where I am going to go. So I ended up finding a job, and I worked in a home helping the elderly. So I lived there and I worked there. And after I got my, made some money, I got my computer, then I started to learn how to do the computer by myself. And I realized this was not for me either. Now, but a girl gotta do what you have to do until you could do better. And I started looking into modeling. Now I don't have any money, so everyone wants money, and I'm like, okay, I don't have any money, so what am I gonna do? Okay, just keep moving. Just so happened I had an aunt that I did not really know who lives here in Boston, and I was coming down. She asked me to come down and see if I would like the cold, and I could move in with her. But before I did that, I decided to look on the internet and find a photographer. So when I did, I sent a picture, and I'm like, am I still, the modeling type? And it's like, send me an email back. Sure. I'm like, I'm coming to Boston, and could we meet, and, could you tell me where I need to go? And it just so happened, my fabulous husband, at the time he wasn't my husband, but we met, and everything was history. I got into modeling professionally thanks to him just making a phone call for me, and I did that for about 5 years straight until he decided that he's gonna pop the question. So like, oh yeah, honey, it's fine. Yes, because I wasn't looking for a husband. I was just a girl trying to find a focus in life, something that I'm good at, and something, because I'm good at it, I did not want it to go down the drain. I wanted to show that I can do it. And after we met, we got married, and I decided to go back to school. So I went to Marion Court, and I got an associate's degree.
Well, I didn't went there. I visited there.
Oh, it's nice. Well, when I was there, it was great. The people love it. You walk in the door, and everyone is so personable. So it's real. And plus, I love the smallness about it. Yeah. And so I went to Marion Court, graduated. I had no clue when I first started. I was like, my husband, something's wrong with my brain. I can't study. All these anxiety and stuff, because I have been out of school for so long. And I end up graduating on top of my class. And after, I had like a big party. So what I'm telling you this is to tell you that no matter what you go through in life, you can come out on top. But it's all on you who are going to make that decision for yourself. And being able to do the things that I'm able to do now is because of those people back then who told me I wasn't good enough. I would not come out to be anything. And I'm as young as you guys, and having a career that I've had and doing all the great, fabulous things that I've done in my life so far, where most people are just starting. And I am way ahead. So I want to thank myself and all the people who stood by me, who believed in me when no one else did, when sometimes I didn't even believe in myself. And that's why it's so hard for me sometimes to say, wow, Keisha, you have done so much. My husband would say to me, do you know how many great things you have done in your life? And sometimes it's just so hard to grip onto it. I know that I've done great things, but it's hard to accept that great thing, because at one point I'm like, hopefully no one will take it away from me, but it's also believing again that you've worked hard for what you want in life, and nobody could take that away from you. So then, what else did I do? So I did that. Now I own 2 businesses. It's a modeling and charm school, and I also opened up a nonprofit a year and a half ago helping at-risk girls. So I help a lot of girls in the North Shore, a lot of girls in Lynn. I work a lot with the Boys and Girls Club. And just being able, seeing myself in some of those girls and realizing as women and as teenagers that we all need someone to care for us. We all need that person to kind of push you in that direction when you feel like there is no more hope and you have no dreams. But we all have dreams. We all have goals. How many of you have goals in here? I didn't see those hands. And what are your goals?
I want to become a nurse.
Very nice. And how are you working to get there, my dear?
Well, I want to go to UMass Boston and go into their nursing program, and I hope to get an internship at hopefully Brigham and Women's because my neighbor went there. So hopefully, not went there, but she got a job there. So hopefully, she can give me some tips on how to get an internship there.
Very good. And it's always good that you speak to people who have been there so that they could give you that direction so you're not going like up and down and trying to figure out what to do. And what is your dream?
I want to be a teacher.
Okay, what type of teacher?
A special needs teacher.
Very nice. And why did you choose that profession?
I don't know. I just like kids. Like, I've always had fun with like my brothers and stuff. So I just wanted to do it.
Very good. And what grade are you in now?
Junior.
Okay. And how about yourself?
I don't really know what I want to be yet, but I know that I want to go to college and get a job like working with kids because I love to babysit and be around kids.
I'm sure you're a great babysitter, and that's totally fine. That some of us may not know what our dreams are until you go to college and explore. That's what college is for. You figure out what you're going to like and what you're not going to like. And it's totally fine in finding out your step and what you want to do. So never tell anyone you don't know what you do. You do know what you want to do. You just need a little direction, and that school, when you go to college, it will help you to get there. So you be more clear about what you want. And how about you?
I want to be a marine biologist.
Oh, good girl. Okay, so tell me a little bit more.
Well, I took a class last year, marine science,
Mhm.
and I kind of just fell in love with the subject.
Okay.
And I know that there's a bunch of really great schools around here that study oceanography and marine biology. Salem State is one of them, and I know UMass Amherst has a nice marine biology unit. And I figured I live here and I planned on staying here. That's like almost the perfect combination. So I'm planning on taking a biology class next year and hopefully getting into a good college.
You
to
will.
study it.
Very good. I'll tell you about biology. So I also attend Salem State for about 2.5 years, and I stopped because in a week, like one day back to back, I got into 2 bad car accidents going to Salem State, and which kept me in bed for quite some time. So in like Monday, someone hit me, and then Tuesday, someone tried to kill me that hit me like 3 to 4 times back to back to back. So I don't know what was over me that time, but I did not want any part of it. And I figure, I am just going to just take some time off and figure really what I wanted to do. And after realizing, I said, I work so much better hands-on and going to school. But when it came to biology, I was so bad at biology, I had to get a tutor. And his name is Chris. We're still friends till now. And every single thing in biology, I call him. I'm like, I need help with this, with this, with this. And he helped me to pass the class. So, you know, it's really good, very good. It's a lot of work. But you know what? In life, in order for you to get to where and get what you want, you gotta work hard. Nothing comes for free. Even with fabulous faces like you guys, no one gives anything for free these days, right? So you gotta work for it and earn it. And you.
I'm Leah. I'm a sophomore, and I'm not like. Of course, I'm thinking about like the future, but like my goals right now are just to like do well in my sophomore year, and just like just do good.
Very good, very good. And so, what are your grades now?
They're getting there.
Okay.
And they're not perfect, and like I'm just really trying hard, but.
But the good thing is that you realize that and you're working towards making them better so you can graduate with good grades. And that's really good. And you can do it. Yes.
I don't know, I'm trying to find a good school that'll have a strong science department. I've been on a few college tours, but haven't really found one that's something that I definitely want to go to. So
Okay. Very good. And you're also still in school, right?
yeah,
Okay. So all you guys are in what, sophomore?
I'm a junior.
Junior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of them are juniors.
So I was gonna say we have 2 sophomores, bunch of juniors,
I'm
and
the only
Ian is
senior.
a senior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all high school kids.
Okay. And
I want to be a video game designer.
ooh.
Yeah. And I've been planning for it because, well, I've been taking animation classes at my school, and so they're really the ones that got me introduced to it, and I found colleges that have, like, game design and animation in general, and so I'm looking forward to
Very
applying them.
interesting. You are the second person that I heard who, well, we were in California a couple months ago, and a former player, we were with a bunch of former players for the Oakland A's, and one of their sons is that what they do, and they were telling me about it, and I could not comprehend because it's not my thing, and like, oh, okay, yes, okay, so it was funny because I'll just say this because it's funny. So we were sitting down, and he came and he was talking to me, and I was drinking the soda. And he came and he picked up the soda and he started drinking it. And then he started having a conversation with me. I just thought that was funny. And then he started to tell me about what he was doing. But I realized that, you know, a normal person would not. But you're totally normal, honey. You're totally fine. Yes. So, Pat, why don't you tell me about yourself?
Well, I work in the travel field, and so I've worked in an assortment of jobs. Right now I'm working in a company that does incentive travel. So
Okay.
if companies run programs and their high sellers would get prizes, I would book their trips.
Oh, very good.
And we also do Let's Make a Deal,
Oh.
the show, that the winners of that show, I send them on their trips.
Oh, okay.
So-
You're okay. So next time I'm coming to you.
But see, at this job I don't do that. You need to win the prize for me to book it now.
Oh boy.
But I've been in the agencies where people would come in and book it, but travel has changed so much that there's really not too much money in booking vacations. So
Right.
this job, at least I get a salary.
Very good. It's all better than getting some salaries, right? And Robin.
Yeah, I press shirts for a living, which isn't where I started. But as you were talking about dreams and stuff, and how it was kind of making me laugh, because I used to think having a good job, which I used to have, and not that I don't like my job, because I like my job. I like working for my brother. I'm just poor, and that's fine. I had taken over the family business before. Some of you kids remember, North Salem kids, and the business unfortunately went belly up, and I basically lost my life savings trying to keep it open and had to close it. And now I work for my brother and I press shirts for a living. And you know what? I like it. I'm content. The money and all that stuff, it really turns out not to matter. I've had a kind of big attitude change in life that, hey, this is okay. This is okay. I may never do one of those gigantic, wonderful vacations again, or drive a brand new car, or any of that stuff, but it's okay.
But I think the thing that I love
Yeah.
is that you have that attitude of feeling content in where
yes,
you are.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
knowing that, you know, I've been there, I've done all those fabulous things.
Okay.
And right now, if this is where I feel and I want to be, it's so nice. It's
And
really nice.
One of the nice things, both Pat and I hope Kathy comes up, we've been Girl Scout leaders forever. And it's, you know, sometimes people laugh at us. You know, you guys may do the, don't let anyone know I'm a Girl Scout thing. But the people will, you know, don't you guys ever do anything besides Girl Scouts? Well, you know what? Girl Scouts is kind of our passion. It's a hobby. Working with you kids is something to do. Planning the next junior overnight, planning the next event and stuff like that. Yeah, it takes up all our time, but you know what? It's what we do.
That's
And
right.
it's a good thing, yeah.
That's right.
It's a fun thing.
Changing lives.